Hi, this is Kalyan from Sci Solution, and today we'll be talking about why to move our joints, the exercise rationals. So, before going in details of the exercise rationals, we need to understand a little about osmosis process and the hydrostatic pressure. Osmosis pressure and the hydrostatic pressure both. So, osmosis pressure is an open natural process where suppose two different density liquid are separated through a permeable membrane like this, then through the osmosis process it is a natural process that the less dense liquid will be flowing in the direction of the higher dense liquid because of the osmosis pressure. Now in case of a closed system, the hydrostatic pressure works with the help of a pump where the higher dense can go in the direction of the lower dense with the help of a pump. So this is also called a reverse osmosis process. So this is a reversal process. So in a natural condition, we need to understand that the lower dense liquid will be flowing towards the higher dense liquid to come to an equilibrium position. So now let's understand how the nutrient and toxin transfers work. Suppose this is the blood vessel, and here actually we are showing a capillary side. So one side is the artery and other side is the vein. From the artery side, the nutrients are transferred to the lymph, and from the lymph to the cell. So this N denotes the nutrients, and this position is the lymphatic system. So here what you see is the blood circulatory system, then the lymphatic system, and a cell. So the cell gets nutrient from the blood through the lymph. Then whatever the waste matter, here it is denoted as T, is sent from the cell to the lymph and from the lymph to the vein. This way the blood takes the toxin and it gets filtered through the lung, kidney and skin. Now what happens here is the first nutrient transfer from the blood to the lymph is through that hydrostatic pressure, which you have explained here, because this is denser area, the blood side is the denser area, and this is the lesser dense area. Now the hydrostatic pressure will be working with the help of the heart as a pump. Now here when the nutrients come to the lymph, then from the lymph to the cell it goes through the osmotic pressure. So this is the osmotic pressure which sends naturally the lesser dense lymph to the cell. So this way the nutrients get transferred from the lymph to the cell. Now from the cell to the lymph, the toxin gets transferred to the hydrostatic pressure again, which is a developed pressure within the cell. Now the problem comes here in this area when the toxin needs to be transferred to the blood from the lymph. The lymph is an open system. So the lymphatic system is an open system where there is no pump. The toxin, if the toxins are less, then the osmosis pressure works here and the toxins get transported to the blood. But suppose the toxin gets overwhelmed there in the lymph, then it becomes denser and the osmotic pressure fails to work there. For that purpose, we have some solution fitted within us. For that purpose, we need to understand the lymph nodes. Now, when the toxin loads are high in the lymphatic system, then the lymph nodes are the corners, joints or the corners of the lymphatic system, where so the lymph nodes forms a node kind of, and there the toxin accumulation will be higher. According to the fluid dynamics, the bends will contain the more waste. Now this lymph nodes are located primarily in our joints. As you see here, in all the joints, the lymph nodes are higher. So whenever we move our joints, then the lymph nodes gets a push and the toxins gets a pressure from the lymph side to the blood side. So here then the toxins get transported from the lymph to the blood. So that is why movements of the joint is very important. Unless we move our joints, the toxins do not get transported easily and effectively to the blood for the further filtration. So for our optimum wellness, this is the rationale of doing regular exercise. Thank you.